Hey everyone, welcome to the ranking. Here's my ranking of the Metal Gear Solid games. Yes, I literally just played these games. I have no nostalgia for these games. I've never heard anything about these games really. I've heard people talk about them, but I didn't know like any characters or story or plot points. All I want to know is I just wanted to play these games because I know they're among the best of video game franchises. They're like one of the best, so I said, fuck it, I'm gonna play the Metal Gear Solid games. I did not play the Metal Gear games or the side games, the portable games. I didn't even play like Ground Zero and stuff. I literally just played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is it. So those are the 5 main story games I'm going to rank. So I know a lot of people might be disappointed by that, but that's all I had. That's all the time I can give it because there's a lot of time I have to be spent playing other games, watching other movies, and working and stuff. So here are the 5 Metal Gear Solid games I played, and this is my ranking. Very subjective. If you do not agree with it, that's okay. Coming in number 5 is Metal Gear Solid 2. This is about Solid Snake, and basically a lot of the aftermath happened of the first Metal Gear. And if I get a lot of characters' names wrong, forgive me again. I literally just played all these games. I still need to know more of the deep history. There's a lot of things that actually even confuse me, so there's a lot of YouTube videos I gotta watch. But in this game, basically there is a new Liquid Snake, and this guy is pretending to be Liquid Snake because he got his arm cut off, and now the arm is like possessing him to be Liquid Snake and stuff. So Solid Snake has to go on this mission, prove that Metal Gear exists to Autogon and all the people in the government and stuff. But halfway through the game, he kind of like leaves the game and becomes Pliskin, like Snake Pliskin. You can tell this was a lot of tropes of Escape from New York. And a new character named Raiden comes, and he does the missions for Solid Snake. Didn't like Raiden as much. I thought some of the controls of this game were a little laggy and stuff, but it's a good game. Metal Gear Solid 2 is good. It's definitely my least favorite. I didn't like the villain as much as I did in the first one. There wasn't just, I don't know, just some of the gameplay. Again, it's very old and dated. So the controls in the first 2 Metal Gear games are a lot to take in, and they're just very challenging because they're more strategic games than first-person shooters. When it gets to like 4 and 5, they become more first-person shooters, but like the first like 2 are like strategy-based games, stealth-based games like the Hitman games and stuff. So, but besides that, like the gameplay was fine. Just it took a lot to get used to. I love Solid Snake in this game. I don't like the villain. I like Autogon. Autogon's always great. He's always got some great jokes. Raiden, sorry, I didn't get on board with him. I was so much more invested with the first one. This one was just kind of a downslide for me, but you know what? That's just my opinion. Number 4 is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. I know a lot of people might be shocked because this is the new one. It's like Kiefer Sutherland. Come on, it's the return of Big Boss and stuff. Really cool game. Visually, it's fantastic. The opening with him at the hospital is fucking awesome. Well, probably the best opening to any Metal Gear Solid game. Super kick-ass. I love that you kind of get like the backstory of like Liquid Snake and Psycho Mantis. That's pretty fucking sick. I'm like, oh, the third child is fucking Psycho Mantis. That's a pretty sweet twist. The way they do Metal Gear is pretty sweet. It's a lot more gruesome and bloody, but it's also a lot longer, which is, I guess, not a bad thing for me. Is there was a lot of moments in this game that was dragging, and I just needed the game to end a little bit sometimes because I finished the first 3 games so fast that this one was just dragging a lot. And there's a lot of side missions that I really enjoyed, but some side missions were just ridiculous and just like, okay, I don't need to do this. Like, why is this even in the game and stuff? But I still love the story of Big Boss. I love how the game ends, no spoilers, and it's just the return of Big Boss, and Big Boss is just a more interesting character than Solid Snake, even though I love Solid Snake. But yeah, the guy who does the voice actor of Solid Snake, though, what an actor. But yeah, 5, it's good, but it drags. Number 3 is the first Metal Gear Solid. I love a lot of aspects of the first Metal Gear Solid. I really hope they do a remake, like a complete remaster of the first Metal Gear Solid, because it's such a great story, and the only thing that kind of drags it down is the fact that it's old and very dated and very, it needs to be patched in a couple things, and some of the controls are a little wonky and stuff. Even some of the movements of the camera really are just ugh. And the fact that Solid Snake, when you're playing as him, he has no eyes. It's just weird looking. So I love to see a modern adaptation of the first Metal Gear Solid because there's a lot of good stuff, a lot of good story in here, some solid writing. Solid Snake's a great badass character. The twist of Liquid Snake is really good, and Liquid Snake is a really good villain. How they talk about Big Boss and the interactions with Solid Snake and Autogon is really great. Psycho Mantis is one of the coolest and most intimidating villains in the whole series. I love that when you actually played for the PS1, he can like read your memory card and know exactly what's going on. And when you play on a different system that isn't PS1, he gets so confused and everything. It's awesome. It's really sweet. I really loved Psycho Mantis in this game. And just I'm like, wow, what a fucking awesome villain. And yeah, it's a really good game. Just like this is the Metal Gear Solid game that a lot of people talk about, and I understand why it's awesome because it fucking is. Anyways, number 2 is Metal Gear Solid 4. What the fuck is this one called? Guns of the Patriots or some shit? I don't know. Again, don't quote me as the expert, but the fourth one, this is Solid Snake, and now he's become older because all the clones of Big Boss have this like aging defect, so they become older much quicker and stuff. So like Salt Snake is like he was like he's 80 and stuff, you know he's like 20, but he's in Afghanistan fighting with the soldiers and stuff and trying to put an end to Metal Gear and stuff. But the villain from the second game is back. I call him Fake Liquid Snake, and he's out to put an end, take over Metal Gear, and wipe everybody out and stuff. So Solid Snake has to team up again with Autogon, and Raiden's back, and he's actually pretty cool in this fucking game. And the modern visuals are fantastic. The fact that they made it more of a first-person shooter in this game made the gameplay a lot more epic. I really loved the gameplay in this game, and I really loved some of the lines Solid Snake does in this game. It's really wicked. And it is one of my favorite endings to the franchise. I love the ending when Solid Snake talks with Big Boss. It's so good. It's really good. It's actually pretty emotional too. And this game feels epic. That's why I really love Metal Gear Solid 4. It just feels like an epic story. And all the characters are back. The violence is amped up to 11. And just the war sequences and the machinery, it's all just amped up, and it's just an epic tale, and I loved it. Really loved it. Number 1 is Metal Gear Solid 3, though. That is the best. It is the best story. It has the introduction to Big Boss. Well, in the game, he's called Naked Snake, and he works for the boss on this covert mission and stuff, and the twists and turns in this game is some of the best twists and turns. Again, a guy that knew nothing about Metal Gear Solid or any of these characters, like all these moments that are happening, I'm like, what? Like just so many moments. I was like blown away by some of these twists. I'm like, oh my fucking Christ, unfucking believable. And just the ending with the boss, it just is such a tragic ending. I never thought I'd fight a last boss and feel bad I'm killing this person. And just the ending with the salute. Oh, man. When seeing Big Boss do the salute and just feeling betrayed by the American government and the military, it's such a tragic ending. And I loved it. I loved it. The visuals were really good. The gameplay wasn't as wonky as the first two, but there's still a lot to adjust. I like the collectibles you have to collect in this. And I loved the environment and the setting of this game and stuff. And just Big Boss's journey and like his origin story was just so fascinating to me, and especially that ending boss fight is just so fantastic, and just yeah, it's the best Metal Gear Solid game for me. I don't know if you guys agree, but I loved it. So yeah, that was my ranking of the 5 Metal Gear Solid games in my opinion. I know there's more Metal Gear Solid games, and there's like so much to the story, into the world of the Metal Gear Solid world, and I want to get into it. Maybe I can if I have time, but all I could play was the first 5 games. Maybe down the road I'll play more, and maybe I'll do an updated ranking, but this is all you guys get for now, sorry. So that was my ranking of the Metal Gear Solid games. So in the comment section below, please tell me what is your favorite and least favorite Metal Gear Solid game. Give your thoughts, opinions. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.